Here in Sarnia, so close to my hometown of Windsor, it's terrific. So I get up like a half hour ago, zip through the border, back through the border, and I'm here. It's beautiful. And all these folks from Toronto, and they gotta take the long way into Sarnia. Anyway, and Sarnia always beat us on the bridge infrastructure. So, you know, when I always have to acknowledge that, you got double span, and we were still talking about how to get to the bridge. Where did the mayor go? I know he's here somewhere. He was here. He's hiding behind a pillar. There he is. Anyway, so yeah, I have to acknowledge that you beat us on the bridge infrastructure, your worship, and anyway, I am delighted to be here in Sarnia. Bob Bailey, I'm delighted you're here. Pat, our federal MP, I'm delighted you're here to join us. A number of representatives from bio-industries are here that I've gotten to know over the years. I'm delighted that you've joined us today because this is a real collection of a whole bunch of hands in this pot to turn it and make it work. And this is a perfect story. If I have to, in the waning days of my political career, I've got to look back and say, what did we achieve? It certainly wasn't an achievement with me by myself. I'll tell you, it wasn't at all. It was a collection of people with great ideas moving forward. And when we're in Sarnia, no matter where you are in the world, if you know Sarnia, you think chemicals, oil and gas industry, you just know what they are here. And the idea that the folks here, that the leadership here has reached out to say, what's our future going to be about? It's about the future in those industries. That's what today is about too. So I'm pretty excited. We've been spending a lot of time. McGinty started a long time ago sitting back with all of us to say, here's where we're going. And then he helped set out this path that we're going to get there. And it included a whole bunch of things for communities to grow economically. Because, yeah, health and education is absolutely key. It becomes a floor of discussion. You've got to meet that floor. There's an expectation now of what we're going to offer to our citizenry in every community. That goes without saying. But the driver behind all of it is our economic development. It's how are people going to work so that they can determine how they're going to live. And you want great paying jobs that line up all of our investments in education, keeping people at home so they can work these great paying jobs. And that, my friends, is what we're doing here today. I am delighted that BioAmber is here. They're hiding off to the side. You should be standing front and center for heaven's sake. He's like the big guy here. You're like the king today. What are you doing over there? That the Ontario government is delighted because today we are providing BioAmber with a $15 million loan, and that is going to attend a multi-million-dollar investment by BioAmber right here in the Sarnia area. Congratulations so much to BioAmber. That I make in Ontario through economic development and trade that have me standing in front of a bale of hay. So there must be a story here. But let me tell you that Blue Water Chemical, subsidiary of BioAmber, will be setting up the world's first commercial scale biosuccinic acid plant right here in Sarnia. Now, I've been calling it biosuccinic because that's the Italian version, just so you know. But it is biosuccinic acid plant in Sarnia. But the story is so terrific because it is going to change everything that we touch and feel around us. And I got to tell you that Sarnia area, all of the researchers, the academics have been doing this for a long time, and most people don't know that the parts of our cars are already changing, that the lightweight vehicle materials that they're using now are coming from the mines that are doing that development work right here in this area. Today is more of that story, that this succinic acid base is going to be part of auto parts, a part of multi-industries where we're making stuff that used to be solely chemical-based. All of this is better for our environment. It's also allowing a very fertile area in this area agriculturally, which is why we see, where's Don? Don from OFA, where'd you go? There he is. Oh, there you are. You're hiding there, too. Look, another king of the Ontario Federation of Agriculture world. But he knows that the agriculture community is looking for ways that they can grow things that we're all going to need, not just to eat, but also part of our manufacturing processes. And that is the perfect marriage of the story here, that we're able to grow these things and use them in very clever ways that actually help our environment. This is the story of the clean tech industries in Ontario. Today, I want you to know that in Ontario, we have the largest clean tech cluster in one jurisdiction that exists anywhere in the world. 2,800 companies, 1,000 of those in the water sector, but a whole bunch of them in this kind of space where you're taking great technology and making the world a better place, and you're using that mindset right here, nestled in the base of University of Western Ontario, in this industrial park, using those minds to create new things, new ideas. People in Alberta who want to watch and see what's going on here because you know that they're going to take this technology and use it in so many ways. This product is going to end up all over the world. There is a commercial plant like this in France. We know that this really is a leader. It's using leading-edge patented technologies that is moving it ahead of the pack. And we're going to see these products coming on quite strong. I'm delighted especially, and I know the county, the warden of the county is here, and I know the warden likes to see jobs in this region as well. 40 new jobs at a minimum as it attends this project. That's 40 brand new full-time jobs. We're delighted because we are here to create more jobs. That's why the Ontario government is involved. That's why we're involved in partnering with industry. And let me just say, this is very different because we just started doing this when we formed a government back in 2003. Yes, we started with the automotive industry and said, what are we going to do? We're going to partner and see that they invest. Thank goodness we did, because as soon as we did, they landed over $7 billion worth of investments just when they needed to. And as the world turned and that recession hit, there they were having made multi-billion-dollar investments in our communities, and we needed it. And as a result, we were able to keep more jobs in other jurisdictions in that sector. But we came roaring back from that recession. Ontario, like this calm water in a world of churning seas. And that is still the case today in the US, in Europe. When you see what is going on out there, it's a bit of unsteady hand there. And then you look at Ontario and you see growth, a stable financial community, investments, companies that are making massive investments today as a result of a partnership with our government that has a clean percentage net to GDP ratio that is the envy of the world. This is really important. All the other jurisdictions around us are struggling, and there's Ontario, calm and steady as she goes. That's a really important story because it is how we stack up with other jurisdictions that are just like us. So that, my friends, is more than just luck. That's really good public policy, and that's really good partnerships with folks at a local level, at every bio-important council imaginable in Ontario, that we're working with you to make these great things happen. So when Marie gives us an introduction that says, you need to know that this is happening, that for 2 years in a row, in the most difficult recessional times of our generation, Ontario landed more foreign direct investment than any jurisdiction in North America. That, my friends, is no accident. That's good public policy. That's partnering with all the people who are those decision makers. That's partnering with our academic community so we can go out there to the world and say, we have the best workforce in the world. There's a reason, it's not by accident, that we have the greatest percentage of people with post-secondary education in the workforce in all of the OECD countries. It's not by accident. People don't wake up and say, I guess I grew up in Ontario, I guess I better go to post-sec. It's actually by design. It's great public policy that's working. It lets us go out there and we shoot for the very best industries, all high tech, all the industries of tomorrow. And I am delighted to be in Sarnia-Lambton area to say you are leaders in all of this. You are leading in the clean tech industries. You are leading in green energy jobs. We were speaking before the announcement. I said lots of jurisdictions in Ontario, regions within Ontario, are trying to plant that flag quickly to say, we're the green energy sector. We're the hub. But I have to tell you, Sarnia was there first. You had one of the first solar farms out in this area, the cogen facilities. You guys have been moving forward with next generation of energy for some time. And I think that too is no accident. That's knowing who you are and playing to your strengths and collecting a partnership around you to just make it happen.